Right then, today, obviously doing the van, but we're going to start fitting the cupboard doors. So let me show you. So this is the top cupboard, what's going above the toilet. So I bought this thing quite some time ago, a few years ago in fact. So you measure it up, so you figure out where the centre is, and then obviously there's a little mark here that goes to the centre, and then you figure out where the holes marry up to there. So that's basically gonna go on there. Well, not literally on there, but once I've drilled the holes with the drill through these, then that'll fit on there like that. Let me show you. So now we've got two very symmetrical holes. Let me show you some more. And there you go. That's solid. Perfect, eh? Right. I've got these hinges. What I thought was, because if you buy them in packs, it's just going to cost a fortune. So I thought, we'll get these hinges, I'll cut them down, because obviously you're never going to see them. So we just want 2 inches, maybe so long. Cut them out, one here, one there. Let's crack on with that. Right then, we've finally done it. Fitted one cupboard door. What a pain in the backside. Trying to get the hinges lined up, and then I was using a hand file, and I was filing bits off here and there. In the end, I just took it off, went back into the back garden, and I just took like a saw blade off the sides and the bottom. Fits perfect. All that messing about hand filing it, trying to do it, you know, in a professional way, cut it off. Yeah, it fits perfect. Look at this. There you go. It's on. Right. There we go. Perfect. And I've got a little catch, whatever they call it. You can do it, just listen. There you go. Done. Jump back down. Toilet next. Here's another task. Let's crack on with this one, eh? Right then, we're on with the toilet door, so we're going to vinyl the inside. I've just cut the edge off just so there's a little bit more space. I've got the trim here. Let me have a look. So I've got this trim to go on the edge, so I've just took a little bit more off the edge, cut a piece off, so I thought get a little bit more space, right? So let me show you. Right then, there we go. This is the vinyl. I've actually stuck it to this piece here. So we've got the heat gun. Wants to be slightly warm because it is pretty cold today. And I'll slowly put it on and spread the bubbles out. And there's usually not any loads of bubbles in it, but there is a couple. But as soon as you use that, straight out. Let's get a bit more done. I'll get half of it done and I'll show you. I know I said I was going to do half of it and show you, but I got a bit carried away. It's brilliant. Wow. So there it is. This is actually the inside of the door, right? Bearing in mind it's white marble, but this is what I had left. But the only thing is, there's a mirror going on the inside of here, and it's going to be from here to here, so it's going to cover most of it anyhow. You're only going to see the outsides of it, because it's pretty much, it's not quite the full length, but it's majority of that door. So that just seals it a bit. But yeah, no bubbles in it. And I've heated it up with the heat gun because it helps the glue stick to it a bit better. So yeah, that's done. Let's get the trim on, the rubber trim. I just remembered, I can't put the rubber trim on because I need to put the second coat. I've sanded the other side down. I'll show you. Needs a finish coat. So I need to paint it first. Right, I've given it a lick of paint. You see, where is it? There's the heat gun. I've dried it off with the heat gun. Even though it's bloody freezing today. So yeah, let's crack on with trying to get this trim on and get it fitted. Right, the trim's on. Painted. And vinyl. Good, eh? Now for the next job. Right then, I've finished the door. The only thing that needs doing is the trim on the inside, so when you close it, it's going to seal to it. So I've done the same process. I've used this machine thing, whatever you want to call it, to put the door handle on. Perfect. And I've said it many times before, but I keep amazing myself. Just take a look at this. This looks brilliant. So that's the toilet cubicle, all finished. The door handle's on. What do you think? I think that is absolutely brilliant. Right. There's no catch on it or anything like that, so you know you only need to push it in so far, because obviously I need to put a trim around the edge. I've had to take that, you know, this black trim, I had it all the way around the door, but obviously I've had to take it off here because putting the hinges on, it didn't fit. I needed to take a bit more off the door, and obviously I've put the vinyl on it and the rubber trim, so there's no way I'm taking all that off just to take a bit of the door off. I just took the trim off. So then obviously I'll just put some trim against here. You're never going to notice it. Who's looking for it? Not me. So there you go. That looks absolutely brilliant. Fits perfect. Like a glove. Who's a clever boy then? That is brilliant. So that has really stressed me out getting it perfect today. But yeah, I'm amazed. It looks brilliant and it fits perfect. Right, crack on with the next job. Morning, back in the van again. Let me show you what I'm going to do today. Obviously, some more cupboard doors. Right, so I've put them in place. What I'm going to do first. So there's this little cupboard drawer here. This one. I've just put them in place for now. They're not actually going there. They need to be raising off the floor. Yeah. So there's that piece there, but wants a little hole cutting out of it because there's a switch for the water pump and the lights. I know the lights are remote control, but there's still an on and off switch. So yeah, they're in place. The kitchen's starting to take shape already, innit? Obviously I've got these trims, so they're going to go on the fronts of there, like so. So let's get these trims tacked on, and then I know where the cupboard doors are going to go. I know it's not much to see, but there's the front tacked on. Obviously where the pin nails are, I'm just going to put a little dot of paint on that, you know, like I'm going to go around touching things like that up and there, you know, just little bits and bobs that want touching up. So yeah, let's crack on with getting these doors. So the door wants slightly lifting up, so it wants to go about here instead of down there. So you can see there's a gap at the bottom, because we're gonna have a carpet. I'll show you where. We're gonna have a carpet on the floor, so just like a runner, as you do in your kitchen. I want it as homely as possible, you know, as well as warm as possible as well. So yeah, so that's why I need to raise them up so I can open the cupboard doors still, so I don't have to move the carpet. So yeah, let's crack on with sorting these doors out. See, that door is a door. That door is going to be drawers, so they all want marking out and cutting. So I haven't done that yet, obviously. So that's what I'm going to crack on with now. So the next time you see me, I'll be fitting these doors. Right, we've got the cupboard on. And the catch. Perfecto. Let's get the handle on. I brought the special tool out. There's the handle. Let's get it fitted, eh? There we go. The handle's on. Just a nice little clip there, just keeps it all in place. Perfect. Right, let's get these drawers lined up and marked and cut. Right, then there's all my drawer fronts all cut out. Going to be all fitted to there shortly. Let's crack on and get these fitted, eh? Well, I must say, that was very testing. Right, so it's all done, it's all fitted up. The cupboard door's on, the drawers are all on, they're all cut. All the handles on, the cupboard, the drawer underneath the oven, that's on. I had to go get some longer screws for the drawers, and then I used the shorter screws and I had to cut them down even more. For the drawer underneath the oven. But I'll tell you something, right? I don't know if watching it on here is going to give it justice. It looks absolutely brilliant. Let me show you. Right, that's my kitchen finished, sort of. Just that panel over there, that just wants screwing tight, and a hole cutting out for the for that little switch that I said about, the for the water pump and the lights on and off switch. Let me show you it all actually working. Brilliant. Let's see if we can zoom out a bit like that. Right. Perfect. This is all just needs touching up with a bit of paint. So obviously you're not going to see that, but there you go. All working. So obviously you're not going to see that edge. When I touch it up, you won't notice it. Perfect. Trim's on. Everything's done. Pretty impressive, eh? Very good. I'm happy. Very happy. Looks brilliant. Right. Next job. The cupboard on the top and the bottom of the fridge. I'll show you. So that one and that one. So they're the ones that I'm going to do next. So let's crack on with a bit more, eh? Right then, let's crack on with these doors. So it's just in place. It's not. I've got the light behind me because it's getting a little bit dark now. But yeah, let's just turn this off for a second. That's better. Right. So it's just in position. I've drilled the holes to where the handle's going to go. I need to go get the handle. Forgot the handle. I've cut all the hinges for this cupboard door and that cupboard door for up there. A little bit unprepared. Let's go get the handles. I've got the hinges in my pocket. Right, I'm back with the handles. Let's get this handle fitted and the hinge, and I'll show you this cupboard door finished. Right, the door on the bottom is finished. Hinges are on, handles on, the clasp is on, so when you close it to it catches it, the catch, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Done. That's all it opens. Nice and secure. Just look at that kitchen. Looks like a little flat. It doesn't even look like a bloody caravan. Well, a motorhome, whatever. Van, camper van. Let's crack on with that one up there, eh? Well, there's another great job done. Let me show you. That's that door finished. And that door finished. What a brilliant job. All I need to do to finish this off is this piece here, and obviously this side. Just got some of that trim. Do you remember the piece of trim what I put on the front of the worktop? Well, just same sort of trim, just to cover all these little imperfections up. It just finishes it off, doesn't it? So yeah, what a job. Well happy. Starting to look like a kitchen. You wouldn't think it was a bloody camper van, would you? Right, I'll show you opening the doors. Got the catches on. Perfect. Another little job done. Let's crack on with some more cupboard doors. Right then, back in the van to fit some more cupboards up here. Some more cupboard doors to fit. Let's go. Right then, there's one up. Catch on. Perfect. Let's get that one sorted. There we go, all finished. Definitely the most challenging. They was quite difficult to fit up and to line up, just to get the edges so close. Catches are on. Perfect. Now for the next challenge, and I'm sure that's going to be challenging. I'm going to have to go get some more screws because I'm running out of screws. Catch